My CryptoQ Media channel has me back, just in case you weren't paying attention. Just before the SEC and Ripple were supposed to be meeting to figure out what to do next, Ripple made their appeal. One would assume that this solution has already been implemented when it comes to the SEC. Gary Gensler, his cronies, and the appeal are never simple to deal with. It is, in fact, on pause. We'll explain why that is and also touch on some new information that you may have missed. Keep on for this one if you're able to. As is customary, the quality will keep going up. Show your support by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. If you want to be prepared for the next bull market in cryptocurrencies, you should read up on XRP and the market generally. So, let's jump right into the video. It feels like forever since the Ripple vs SEC case began, and we were hoping that this would soon come to a close. Ripple was being assembled. In my opinion, they had already sent their response to the SEC. On the last day, the SEC's readiness to appeal was plain to see. Just so you know, there was some debate over whether or not it was okay. I think we can find out in a second whether the optimism of Ripple's legal team on the imminent ruling list appeal was justified. Ripple plans to challenge, on a legal basis, Judge Torres' decision to categorize XRP mainly as an institutional sale. According to legal experts, the estimated duration of the lawsuit could be extended by another year due to the appeals procedure. One of the big events happening in less than 2 weeks is the presidential election. It may be explained by this. It is true that the SEC has asked for a postponement. Actually, they've asked for a little more length. They aren't ready to provide comprehensive answers at this time. It says to watch the SEC due date for submitting and major brief has been rescheduled to January 15th at the request of the government. I know that some of you are probably asking why that is. What a shame. I don't know. The election is consequential in the grand scheme of things. Curiously, Gary Gensler opted not to disclose the answer when Bloomberg inquired if he will be employed in the coming weeks. Consequently, this has the potential to change what happens next. Additionally, I'm going to venture an educated estimate and state that the SEC is currently uninspired. My views are completely aligned with this. It's a strike against XRP and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. Why has the idea even crossed my mind? In the event that Gary Gensler is removed, there is ongoing speculation on whether Hester PS may succeed him as chairman of the SEC. We are already aware of the first day of Donald Trump's presidency. By the way, PS is far more crypto supportive than Gensler. Just in case Trump wins the election in November, he has hinted that he would put this individual forward for nomination. In a recent interview with David Lane, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission member Hester Peirce discussed forthcoming regulatory reforms set for 2025. According to Peirce, the SEC has been constructing its regulatory system incorrectly by focusing on enforcement as its primary strategy. One may argue that this is really bullish. Thinking about that is fascinating. Among the candidates for SEC, one may be more accommodating or understanding, and the other would be the tyrant red, referring to Tom Emma's comments, which would be Gary Gensler if he were ousted. I consider this as more proof that the SEC were hesitant to appeal due of the time it took. People left because of it, and everything is now coming to light. Consequently, we will keep you updated on any new information. But with everything going on, the nomination of Hester Peirce to that SEC post could end up being quite interesting. There are further issues with John Dieter and XRP that have nothing to do with the token itself. We are cognizant of the fact that he will be facing off against Elizabeth Warren, yet, I am completely convinced that he will most certainly prevail after reviewing his 2 debate appearances and his personal ideals and convictions. Intriguingly, Nonetheless, the file of appearance for the case SEC Government v. Ripple has recently appeared on the docket of the favorable counsel of the Second Circuit. Regardless of whether I am running for Senate or not, I will complete what I began. Those who have been unfairly impacted by the SEC's decision to identify XRP as a security are being represented by John Deaton. His candidacy for the Senate, his debate skills, and his willingness to stand with the XRP community all exude an air of extreme bullishness. The news we heard earlier, a president who may be pro-crypto, a senator who is pro-XRP, and an SEC that is utterly bewildered can only be good news. In case you haven't seen it yet, check out my video update on Bitcoin. Bitcoin investment might be on Microsoft's radar. It should be noted that, as of right now, BlackRock is 5,000 Bitcoin ahead of the pack in terms of ETF flows. It is an utterly absurd idea. Indeed, XRP. What is the current price? Hey, guess what? How much are we? Despite Bitcoin's better day around 2%, we're still trading in this range and performing fairly well, 1.16% on the day. I elaborated by saying that this will remain the case for the duration of this issue. Now we get to the meat of the matter. The disagreement is so intense that we could draw a line now. Regarding, a great deal of doubt exists. Just what happens on November 5th, the same night the United States votes in the British election? Imagine, for instance, how the dismissal of Gary Gensler might impact the XRP price, the cryptocurrency market, and everything else in the event that this becomes a topic of conversation in the future. Since this is the case, we shall keep a careful eye on everything. Consolidation may be considered by XRP to reach that point. The arrival of institutional investors, however, might easily drive up Bitcoin prices by 55 cents. With XRP, we want to get there. In order to witness a possible bullish breakout, coupled with the erratic factors that were entering the market, we must observe that type of resistance line. Additionally, let me know if Esther Pierce is something you're thinking about. Could she take over as head of the SEC after him? Everyone wants, as usual. It means a lot that you watched my video. If you're new to my channel and have just subscribed, I appreciate it. Later, I shall meet with you.